Hello, everyone. So tonight we have a RAM upgrade. And of course, we got our handy dandy toolkit here. We got a bunch of magnets. That's in this little thing, and a butter knife. And for those that don't know, a butter knife for me is like a jack of all trades tool, but we're just gonna put that over here for now. You don't need a butter knife. All right. So upgrading the RAM on the laptop. This is the RAM, right? And this toolkit actually comes to me from Harbor Freight. I've had it for about a year now, and I love it. I absolutely fucking adore this thing. We'll chat up there. So excuse the potato quality of some of the cameras. I got another camera that I'm setting up that's going to be as good as this camera. It's just the stars didn't align for that tonight. So one other thing I'm going to grab here, and you guys never see me wearing this, is my glasses. Yes, I have old man eyes. Again, move that over just a tad. So what is in this kit? Well, let's take a look. We have some things I've added, different pry bars. We have a bunch of guitar picks, a bunch of plastic pry bars, right? We have tweezers. We got a bunch of tweezers. We got metal picks, which I don't like to use that often, but if there's like a dip switch or something, it's good for that. And then we got this metal spudging tool. All right. I'm going to say it's this screw bit here. We're going to get started. The first thing you always want to make sure is there is no power whatsoever. So it almost looks like I'm going to Google this real quick because I don't know for sure that's the right way of doing it. It's always good to look up your directions, right, folks? Looking at Airbnbs. All right.
Welcome back, everybody. In today's video.
All right, so that's what I wanted to see. Do I have to take this whole fucking thing apart, or do I just have to So excuse me while I clean this. Man, oof, I didn't realize my belly's showing on the stage. All right. So yeah, I always do my family nice things before I do things for myself. It's just, I don't know, I wanted to make myself the opposite of my dad, right? So that's how I roll. So my wife and kids all have very nice laptops, and I have not much. So I'm going to show you what these magnets are used for. Watch this. Watch and you shall see. Just a nice way to keep all your screws nice and organized. Now there's no magnetic media on these things anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll move this over here. Huh, that's weird. That one is not quite coming up as expected. It's okay, that's what we have these fine metal picks for. Getting under screws like this. Ah! So this actually feels a little cross-threaded here, which may be why it's not coming out as nicely as it should. Should also make sure this thing is powered off. Oh yeah, it's dead. So I don't know why this screw is being such a butt. We got it lifted a bit though. We're going to use this little spudgy tool. I am Dr. Butterfingers tonight. You know, I think this was supposed to be captive. I don't think I was supposed to yank it out like that, but we will put it over here anyways. That would be interesting if this was captive. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here because it's a long screw. I want to know where it goes when I'm done. This one was really loose, leads me to believe this one was already removed at some previous point. Yeah, these are different sizes. Interesting. 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 All right, so it looks like all of these are long screws, and then these are the short ones. Except for the one oddball captive screw in the corner. Okay. So that should be all of the long screws. Now we gotta get a guitar pick out. Get a couple of them. I'm gonna say that this splits right here. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. We'll set this over here for now. Right on top of the Advil. It's probably the RAM under here, and it is. Very interesting. So the system only shows 8 gig, but this module says it's 8 gig. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in a second here. Oh lordy. So this is one of those packages that I hate. Hey, Jerome! Hey, Jerome! Hey, your old man needs a pair of scissors. What? Your dad needs some scissors. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I got such good kids. Yeah, beautiful inside, huh? Yeah. This is like one of the highest end ASUS's you can get. And this is what they owe us. So I don't know if I ever told the story on this, right? So my son's ASUS laptop just suddenly stopped working one day. And so we call up ASUS, right? Or we get in touch with their RMA. $800 to fix it. And I pay it because it, you know, it's cheaper than the cost of a new laptop by far. So I send my son's laptop in. Wait, like I guess it was like a month or so, and then comes back. We're all excited. We open it up. It's not his laptop. We're like, what the fuck? So there's this big sticker on the back of the laptop and this dude's name on it in the city he lives in. We're just kind of like, okay, well, we looked this dude up by name and city, and it turned out that like 2 years prior, he had been busted for possession of CP. I kid you not. And I fucking blew up at ASUS. I'm like, did you send my minor child's laptop to this dude who got busted for CP? And, you know, after some back and forth, what ended up happening was I sent the kid diddler's laptop back in. They sent me this G614. They gave me a list of 3 different laptops to choose, and I was looking at them. This one had the least amount of RAM, but the best specs, right? Had the best GPU and CPU combo. So this is what I went with. And I gotta flip this around. I can't see what I'm doing here. I'll flip it back when I'm done, though. And they refunded me my $800, which was very nice. Alright. Memory's in. Flip her back around. Now, my wife hasn't been using this laptop too much. I think part of the reason is the performance just isn't what it is. But man, this is such a beautiful fucking laptop. This whole front side here is RGB LED. And then the touchpad, backlights with a number pad. It's fucking awesome. So, I mean, if you're somebody that has to crunch numbers, it's probably a great fucking laptop. For her, though, she has to do some special key combo to turn that shit off, and it annoys her, she says. But now we gently snap everything back into place. So remember, this raised bit here is where all the long screws are going to go. I think before we do that, though, we should give it a test at least. Make sure that this took. This is not even powering on. What's going on here? Okay, I'm going to walk this over to a power supply and plug it in because I got a feeling something's going on here that ain't supposed to be going on. Let's see, this is... I could possibly power it off USB-C. Hang on. I got a USB power supply on my workbench over here.
Sounds from LSP's footnotes label. Tokyo Pros, Java. Ruby Wood, keep it up for embrace.
You know what, guys, give me just 1 second here. I'll be right back. I'm going to take this over to her desk and plug it in. Well, okay, it's lighting up. So we know something's working. I hope we didn't go beyond the max capacity of RAM for this thing, though, because that would be kind of shitty. Okay. Okay, now it's booted. It's booted. It's booting. I don't know why it insisted on having the power plugged in, but it's working now, so I don't really give a shit. Hey, do you know what Mama's password is? 1930. Ooh. What? No, I didn't.
Mother, come whisper me.
Sounds like myself and Calculator here with Giant Peace. This is the instrumental version.
Yes.
The original.
All right, just go ahead and type it in.
Came out a few years ago. This was part of the instrumental EP that came out on Shoot Recordings.
All right, let's see if she's got all the RAM in there.
Nick Calculon, all the crew at Shoot Recordings worldwide.
Blue Tuger. Schmooger. Memory. Here we go. Got it. That, you guys gotta admit, that was pretty fucking quick.
How long did it take?
I don't know. I've only been streaming 20 minutes. Alright. So I'm going to close the lid. We're going to flip this over. We're going to screw this all back in. And then I'm going to let my son give it to my wife. And let her enjoy 32 gigs of RAM. You know, it's very interesting because when I first got into PCs, RAM was not measured in gigs, right? Like, a gig was the size of a hard drive. You're like, oh my God, I got a hard drive that's a gig. And she actually got me a Maxtor. I want to say it was a Maxtor 1 gig drive for my birthday. It was crazy. It was like $300. This was back in the 90s, right? And now we have like gigs of RAM. And the RAM back then was fucking expensive as shit. And RAM back then, you were lucky to have like 4 megs. Like if you had 8 megs, it's like, oh God, you got 8 megs.
That's like the new 128 gig.
It's, as somebody who's been working on these machines this long, though, it's just weird to see how much cheaper these capacities have gotten. Like, I never would have thought I would see a day where you could buy a solid state storage device like an SD card that's 32 gigs for like $5. And the thing is, a modern SD card is going to run so much faster than one of those old hard drives. That's the crazy part. Look at that big brown dog ass. All right. So one of these screws was really odd. And it was not this one. It was this one. This was the oddball. This one goes down here. I don't even think that's the right screw for this case, but whatever.
63rd release on the intriguing music label Suspense Soundscape. Teamed up with Sammy Hay. Check us out, Illusions of Grandeur.
Yeah, this laptop's still very finicky sometimes, but it's a pretty nice little laptop. Done. Done at 25 minutes. Not bad. So that concludes this stream. Nobody really tuned in. One person popped in for a second, didn't say nothing, but that's okay. But that's how you upgrade RAM on a ASUS G614